It's all right for the average man. But tell me, Sam, since I was prepared to extend myself financially, what have you in a $2 wedding?
My $2 wedding? My boy, it is spectacular. First, I strips down to the waist and wrestles the 4 biggest guests, male or female. Morning, ladies.
Morning, man, Sam.
Go on, my good man.
Next, I tells 4 off-color jokes, guaranteed to embarrass man or beast. Then, as the applause dies down, I dances a jig with a pig, ties my arms and legs to 4 infuriated mules as they run off in all 4 directions trying to tear me apart. I recite 5 of the more dynamic speeches of Dan Quayle backwards.
Well, if they're Dan Quayle's speeches, well, how do you know if they're backwards?
It's tough.
Well, that sounds pretty good for the lower classes. But you see, the lady I has in mind is entitled to something a little more sophisticated. Morning, ladies. My, Daisy May, you's looking especially pretty today.
Thank you, Mr. Magoon.
And just what does a rat vomit like you want with information about a $2 wedding?
Could be I'm fixing to get married. Since I just returned home with my newly acquired title, namely, the world's dirtiest wrestler. Being so well heeled, naturally I am to wed me a certain dog patch gal.
You crazy or something?
You know a man can't claim a gal unless she catches him herself on Sadie Hawkins' day.
If you want the answers, I suggest you perambulates on over to the fog-bound meeting, which is about to be held at Cornpone Square.
Cornpone Square? You mean to tell me this is gonna be a cornpone meeting?
By direct request of my good friend, Senator Jackass Fogman.
Oh, this could be serious.
We only has a cornpone meeting, so events of national importance.
Or hideous change in the dog patch where life.
Oh, there's gonna be a hideous change, all right. Now, come on, Sam. Now, why don't you tell me about your $4 wedding?
Well, I don't crave your business, but I can't discriminate. First, I clips your toenails, gives you a quick shave, and a sponge bath if you needs it. And frankly, I say you needs it. Then, I makes a shocking proposal to the bride's mother, followed by a more shocking proposal.
Oh, it looks bad, Daisy. You better hightail it over to Polecat Creek and tell Abner and them no-good skunks to get over that meeting.
Right. But what if they'd rather not?
You tell them that I druther, they druther. And when pans a yokum druthers, they druther.
Brother, they druther.
That's right.
Abner? Abner, lean over here and flick that fly off my nose.
I ain't in a fly-flicking mood.
Why not?
If I felt like fly-flicking, I'd flick the fly off my own nose.
You sound like something's bothering you. Bet you I know. It's 'cause Sadie Hawkins' Day's coming up. Abner, are you figuring on letting Daisy May catch you this year?
Don't think so. Ain't worth the price.
What price?
Your druthers.
Which drugs?
Well, all of them. You druther go hunting, she'd druther stay home. You'd druther do this, and she'd druther do that. I'll tell you, the day you kiss your bride hello, kiss your druthers goodbye.
I didn't know they was that important to you.
They important, all right. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have my druthers than anything else I know. While you'd rather hustle, accumulating muscle, I'd rather watch daisies grow. While they're growing slow when the summer breeze is blowing, my heart is overflowing and so. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have my druthers than anything else I know, than anything else I know. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have my druthers than do any work at all. It ain't that I hate it, I often contemplate it while watching the raindrops fall. I sit there for hours, developing my powers, figuring how flowers get tall. If I had my druthers, I'd rather have my druthers than do any work at all.
Abner, if you could be anybody in the world, who'd you rather be?
Well, me.
Just you?
Just me.
What's so special about being you?
Well, nothing so special, just so handy, that's all. If I had my druthers to choose from all the others, I'd rather be like I am. This thing called employment detracts from my enjoyment and tightens my diaphragm. While I'm doing nary a thing that's necessary, I'm happy as a cherry stone clam. If I had my druthers to choose from all the others, I'd rather be like I am, yes ma'am. I'd rather be like I am.
Abner, Mammy says for you all to come on down to the meeting.
I ain't going to no meeting,
Thought I might walk along with you to the meeting.
but I'd rather stay here.
Thought we might do some talking about some things that might need some talking about.
Well, maybe we ought to do some talking. I ain't going to no meeting, Daisy. Now you run along.
But Abner,
Daisy, I ain't going to no meeting. Now you run along.
but Abner.
Daisy, I ain't going. I have spoken.
All right, I'll just tell Mammy you ain't a-coming to the corn pond meeting.
Corn pond meeting?
Of course.
But you didn't say it was a corn pond meeting.
Well, you didn't let me.
Did you hear that, boys? A corn pond meeting. Must be national emergency or something. Well, this might call for brains or something. Well, let's go! Daisy, let's go out worms.
If I had my druthers, I'd rather have some brothers to bash in his pumpkin head. It ain't that I hate him, I plumb adulterates him and wishes that we was wed. I turns on my smolder in hopes that he'll get bolder, but I keeps getting older instead. If I had my druthers to choose from all the others, I'd rather that he'd drop.
Fellow citizens, as mayor of this here upstanding community, I, my honor, Daniel D. Godby, declares open this solemn jubilation tea corn pond meeting.
Bob, who is jubilation tea?
Yes, sir. This meeting was requested by our esteemed senator, the Honorable Jack S. Abner.
But Paul, who was
Yeah, shut up, I said.
Wait a minute, Ruth. Don't want that child. Come here, Scarlett. Honey, it's time that you knew that this town was founded by that beloved man on that beloved horse. Jubilation T. Cornpone. The greatest fighting general and military strategist the Confederacy ever knew.
Was he brave?
Brave? Why, J.T. Cornpone didn't know the meaning of the word fear. Terror, yes, but fear never. My child, there's monuments all over the countryside commemorating his famous battles.
Such as?
Cornpone's disaster. Cornpone's misjudgment. Cornpone's catastrophe. And Cornpone's humiliation. When we fought the Yankees and annihilation was near, who was there to lead the charge that took us safe to the rear? Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone. Hold toot your own horn, pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, a man that knew no fear.
Of course, Sam. Yeah, tell us.
Then we almost had him, but the issue still was in doubt.
Yeah!
Who suggested the retreat that turned it into a rout? Why, it was
Jubilation T. Cornpone.
correct, old tattered and torn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he kept us fighting out. With our ammunition gone and faced with utter defeat. Who was it that burned the crops and left us nothing to eat? Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone, old September morn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, the pants blown off his seat. When it seemed like our brave boys might keep on fighting for months, who took pity on them and capitulated at once? Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone, unshaven and shorn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he weren't nobody's dunce. Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone, unshaven and shorn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he weren't nobody's dunce. Hearing that a northern spy had come to town for the night, who gained entrance to her rooms and lost the glorious fight. Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone, old weary and worn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he fought all through the night. Who became so famous with a reputation so great that he ran for president and didn't carry a stake. Jubilation T. Cornpone, old wouldn't be sworn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he made the country wait. There at Appomattox, Lee and Grant were present, of course, as Lee swept a tear away, who swept the back of his horse. Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone, completely outworn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he really saved the day. Why, it was Jubilation T. Cornpone, completely outworn pone. Jubilation T. Cornpone, he really saved the day. Cornpone!
The first thing on our agenda be...
Here, dog meat. Well, how come we having this cornpone meat?
Abner, my boy, the answer to that is coming up the road right now. Citizens of Dogpatch, our distinguished senator, the Honorable